run through some of the videos Christo and I are doing, talking about the parts of our bikes for this year as well as setting them up. Today I'm going to talk a bit about cockpit setup, so bar, stem and just getting the front end of the bike feeling right for you when you're riding. So there's a few things which you can do that can improve and just help your stance on the bike and just getting a good solid sort of riding position. So one of the first things that whenever I'm coaching I'll talk about is the attack position, which is, you know, really commonly talked about through mags and online tutorials. First thing is the bar width. So I run a 760mm bar, so that for me works quite well, just based on my shoulder width. Christo runs pretty similar, but I'm sure he'll touch on that in another video. So I'm running the Funn Kingpin bars. I've cut them down from 785 to 760. They come with a 30mm rise. So that bar rise and adjustment in the stack height is going to allow you to transfer that weight through the bike and into the tyres to maximise grip in turns. So that's a really important thing to try and set up. So I'm running the Funn Kingpin bars. They've got a 30mm rise. They come in 785mm. So yeah, I've cut them down to 760 just to give. I'm running the Funn Stripper Evo stem. That's a 35mm reach, so quite a short stem. So that's measured from the centre of your sear tube to the centre line of the bar. That allows you just to get the weight again over the front of the bike and through that front wheel, and shorter the stem, the more reactive the front end is, the longer slightly, you know, you've got a longer lever to turn. So again, that's something which individuals will have to adjust depending on the frame size and yeah, the forks and the offset on the forks. So definitely something to consider there. I'm running the Funn grips, which they're quite a narrow, thin grip. I find that if I've got too fat a grip, then yeah, my hands just sort of pump up a bit. So although it's got less rubber thickness, this seems to work well for me. It's quite a soft rubber, so I do need to replace them periodically. So lastly, I'm going to talk about the brake lever position. This for me is quite important, and is something I really started to think about a few years ago when I kept finding my front end while I was riding would wash out on me. That was predominantly how I crashed. So having looked at video and analysed that a bit, my riding position was quite far off the back and I probably had my brakes just a little bit flat. So to try and combat that, I've looked at just dropping the brake lever angle slightly, and that's really helped me massively, just to get the weight over the front, and again, as I've said before, just transfer that weight through the forks and into the tyre. So now is probably a really good time to go and try and just playing with slightly different lever angles on banks. You're not going to be able to see what the difference is in the long run, but it's really important to try and get a good strong stance through your elbow, through your wrists and into your hands, so that you're not putting too much strain through there. So hopefully some of those tips really help. Last thing, I'm going to actually measure and see what the angle is. I'm going to pull out my velux inclinometer, and it's actually a roof pitch app, but it seemed to be the best one that I could find. So we'll just start that at a horizontal position there. So this is rough, shall we say. So if I put it on the bar, we're looking at about an angle of 32 degrees there, give or take. I reckon plus or minus 1 degree. I think that's probably a good estimate. So that gives you a bit of an indication on what sort of angle I'm running. Have fun trying to set that up. Any questions, drop them in the comments below, and we'll try and get back to you along with any thoughts you've got. Everyone's got a personal setup position, so yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be rolling out a few more videos soon on the bike. Thank you.